should be live. And we are. We should be live. And it's live on there too. And we are. Good, good. Okay, so we are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Welcome one, welcome all. How do you do? Welcome to Art's channel. Cup of tea? Nah, just dragon juice. And we have Red Ibex. How you doing? DJ B2, hello. Fella John, how you doing? And we have, who else? Another blonde. Hi, another blonde. How you doing? I know you've not been well, so I hope you're feeling better now. And we have DC UK, Dark Corners Beyond. Dark Corners Bind. Sorry, it was not Dark Corners UK. I think you've changed your name, haven't you? Oh, thank you. Dark Corner has been enjoying your reportage videos. Thank you. Action! This is Tina. Hey, Tina. We can hear you. That's good. I've seen the future, Ben. It's murder, says Red Ibex. Oh, blimey. We'll talk about that this evening. But to begin with, just as I let the numbers build, we'll begin with the traditional Hapanwo TV theme segment. Here we go.
Conspiracies, government cover-ups, earth mysteries, monster cryptids, cyber saucers, and black triangle, Hapanwo. Black goo and Antarctica, lizard kings from the seventh star, men in black and Queen Boudica, Hapanwo. Black goo and Antarctica, Gablers from the seventh star, men in black and Queen Boudica, Hapanwo. Welcome to the Hapanwo Show. Once I was alone, I was petrified, thinking I could be abducted when the bins went out. And so I spent so many nights thinking about the gray that might be there. But I grew strong, and now I really couldn't care. Save me from the aliens, save me from the government, save me from the men in black who call. Save me from the skeptics, save me from the watchers. Justice must be done for Richard D. Hall. Save me from the liars. Open up your eyes and see their false flag planned attacks. Save me me from the grifters. Save me from the spiteful mutant hacks. Our fear is their power, our obedience the same. Make quiet acts of integrity always be your aim. Make quiet acts of integrity always be your aim. Speak truth to power, always be the keeper of the flame.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, all of you. So glad you're here. Hello, right and bright and amazing. That's a good name. And DJ B, Starmer's alien brain parasite has been malfunctioning since 3i Atlas turned up. Oh my goodness me! Well, you know, you noticed that. Did you see the MPs debating the digital ID? My goodness me! It's about time the MPs grew some balls. Hello, Gary. How are you? Did I miss it? No, we're just starting, mate. We're just starting. And hello to Darkhorn's BYD Arts channel. 3i Atlas has just made another contact. It's an alien language speaking in tongues. Oh, don't keep watching those stupid social media stuffs. Nanu. Yes, says another blonde. There's going to be a lot of coughing. There's been a lot of coughing, spluttering, and sniffing in this video. I still got a cold. It's almost a week old now, and it's still going. It's the one I picked up at bases. Well, at least the symptoms came on at bases. I think it actually came from my brother because I went to see him, and he was coughing and spluttering because he just got it. So yeah, it's either that or cancel the live stream, unfortunately. But I decided, of course, to go ahead with it. I'm not going to let a cold stop me. But anyway, as you know, it is let me put my glasses on. There's so much things going on at the moment. I mean, I was going to call this video simply December the 19th live stream rather than 3i Atlas, because of course the 3i Atlas Perigee is actually been thrown onto the stage along with so many other things that are going on right now. Definitely. And we'll come to that. We'll come to that. But anyway, I'm just going to go through the notice comments. I've now deleted the notice, but I just preserve the comments, and we have here what the WoW signal 6EQUJ5, who says here first spelled FYRST. All right, so it's sort of medieval. It's like a medieval way of saying first. Hello. All right. Arise, Sir WoW signal. And then Arts Channel says, I see dead people. They are here. Oh my goodness me. Zombie apocalypse. I knew it would turn up. Okay, so so to begin with, to go through the basics, I'll go into the more details about DJ. DJ's already sort of preempted me here. Apparently the list is supposed to be released. Yeah. Hatchie. Hello, Hatchie. Give your nose a blow, Ben, and get ready to be S member of the National Guard. Oh, how are you? Hello. This is the perigee of 3i Atlas. Perigee is a word few people have heard of until recently. It is it's literally when 3i Atlas is closest point of approach to the Earth. So it's coming as close. This is as close as it's going to get. Then it starts moving away. Now, there's been a lot of misleading information about this in the mainstream media as well as the stupid channels. Right, which is that when you say closest point of approach, like the Earth is here. Whoops, there we go. It's like the Earth is here, and 3i Atlas is going like that, and it turns around and comes back. So today's the day when it's closest, and that's when it's going to invade or something like that. That's how it's been portrayed. But if you look into it, this is actually not the case. In fact, today that is the Perigee. It's not that much of a big deal. Hello, Green Tea. Welcome, Green Tea. It's actually not that much of a big deal, Perigee. And the reason is the only reason today is when it's not because of any particular direction 3i Atlas is going in. In other words, its relationship to the Earth. There's no specific relationship to the Earth in which today is specifically chosen by the object or related to the object. That means it's actually close to the Earth. It is simply happens to be the point where the Earth, because the Earth is orbiting the Sun, and the 3i Atlas's trajectory mean that the two objects come as close as they're going to get. When I say close, I use that term very, very loosely because the actual distance is going to be 167 million miles. That's 1.8 astronomical units. So to put that in perspective, if you were to get into your car and drive 196 million miles, you know how long it would take you? Say you were on the motorway going like 60, 65 miles an hour. Roughly 400 years. So the Earth, it's actually almost twice the distance that the Sun is. And just to illustrate it, this is a very good way of... Go to sky.com, the live Sky. I've always recommended this website. This is the diagram. This is the diagram of where 3i Atlas is right now in terms of its closest point of approach to the Sun. Now, as you see, the Earth is traveling anti-clockwise around the Sun from where we are at the North Celestial Pole. 3i Atlas is on this long, straight trajectory. And look, you can see where it is now. And look, all we've seen is like, look, all this. Look, you can see the planets. Let's go back a month or so. All right, this is just when it came past Mars. And it passed Mars when I last spoke about when it passed Mars. There's Earth. And look, all's happening is, as you can see, 3i Atlas is not approaching the Earth at all. In fact, it's heading away from the Earth. And this is the closest point of approach. It's heading away from the Earth. And it has deviated from its trajectory very slightly. And we'll go into that because that's very interesting. Because you can see quite clearly the only reason this is the CPA is because of the Earth's own orbit. And if things carry on as they are, you can see 3i Atlas is not going to come anywhere near the Earth. Look, there it is in January, February. And then when you get to March the 16th, it reaches its... It's interesting, actually, because when it gets to March... This is the next interesting bit. No doubt I'll cover that. Because when it gets to March the 16th, it reaches its CPA of Jupiter. There we are. Or 2020... Was it? Well, I thought it was the 16th. Oh, no, it's the 16th. Yeah, it is the 16th. That's the 16th that's its CPA of Jupiter, and then about a week later, it crosses the orbit of Jupiter. That's it. That explains it. Right. So I hope that clarifies things. So that's all it means, actually. That's all it means. Anyway, we've got Neil. What we've got here now? We've got more people. Let's say hello to the more people. Neil, good evening. I've been told that it's something to do with the solar winds, which will come from 3i Atlas, which will be the main effects we're going to have. The solar winds don't come from 3i Atlas because, by definition, solar winds are from the Sun. However, some people have mentioned the solar activity seeming to... I mean, it may be an illusion. It may just be coincidence, but there was massive solar activity at perihelion, and there was some coronal mass ejections actually appear to be directed at 3i Atlas. Yeah. Another blonde. Perhaps the inhabitants of the Sirius Sea will jump off to Earth. That's the hypothesis of the history of the dog, the Dogon. Yeah, that's to do with the fact that there was this tribe in Africa who seemed to know about an invisible star which you couldn't see. Now, if you want to see 3i Atlas, it is currently... I mean, you can actually see it in the notice picture I used. It's not very good quality, but it shows you basically where 3i Atlas is right now. If you want to, in terms of the its relation to the Earth. So if you do want to go out and have a look at it, I mean, you will need a telescope. Obviously, like, the telescope doesn't have to be excessively big because 3i Atlas, there we are, December. It's roughly here, just in Leo. It's in the constellation of Leo, not far from the big star Regulus. Now, you would need you still need a significant telescope to see, even though it's actually, again, much brighter than it should be. And indeed, the brightness has fluctuated, which is very interesting. The Dogon tribe, that's right. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Black Swan Psyop. Oh, my goodness, here we go. Believe it or not, it was old Avi Loeb who mentioned the Black Swan events. And funny enough, the Black Swan thing applies. What it relates to is like it's to the immanentizing the eschaton, the emergency created by the Illuminati to bring in the New World Order in one last swoop, and that it will literally be like an all or nothing thing, a bit like in the film Leave the World Behind. And that film is going to come up again this evening. DJ Beaches says, don't forget to wear brown trousers in case of trouser accidents. All right, I will try to. Hello, Nihilist Lives Matter. How do you do? So that's the basics of 3i Atlas. It's actually not a terribly big deal. It's not an enormously big deal. It's just a kind of like minor big deal, or minor deal. Right, let's just get my things together. Okay, I'll get rid of these documents. Okay, now today is Perigee, so its closest point of approach to Earth. The actual moment was 6:01 a.m. Now, unlike last time when I actually did a vigil, I didn't get up this time. I mean, I wasn't going to anyway, but I've actually not been in the best of health, and I haven't been sleeping that well. So I've kind of like I haven't been sleeping too well, so I wasn't going to get up for that. Other strange coincidences. It's a new moon tonight. It's a new moon. I don't know if that's actually relevant, or it could be just happens to be a new moon on the Perigee. I don't know if that's related. But then someone informed someone who's actually in the live chat right now. They can own up if they want. Someone informed me about something here. Where is it? The Schumann cavity resonance.
The Schumann resonance is down. It is December 18.
There we go.
It is 8 p.m. right now. At 8 a.m., about 12 hours ago, we haven't had any activity since that time. Solar winds are high. Watch my new video to see what's going on. The Schumann resonance is down.
Yeah, now the Schumann cavity resonance refers to an electrical standing wave within the Earth's ionosphere. And it's sometimes called the heartbeat of the Earth. Now, it fluctuates enormously. And it's been dropping significantly since the 1990s. And some people say this may be to do with anomalies in the Earth's magnetic field, possibly because we are in the middle of a pole shift. Another blonde. I was awake at 6:01. I saw nothing. No, right. Oh, I was too, but I was sort of lying in bed, sort of sniffing and trying to breathe properly. But no, but there's nothing really to see. I mean, it's not like a big deal, as I said earlier. They will hide the poo. Oh, yes, I got that bit, DJ. Yes, I kind of worked that out. Right, Arts Channel. Oh, it's right. This is interesting. Arts Channel has brought up something else I want to bring up tonight, because this particular day has other things have happened on this particular day. There's at least two other strange things going on at the moment related. There's at least two other strange things going on related to what we're dealing with at the moment. Now, I'm sure some of you are aware of this. The Epstein files. Whoops, come on. There we are. Epstein files latest. And Democrats threaten legal action after Trump official says files won't be released in full yet. I'm surprised that you'd think they'd be breathing a sigh of relief. But yeah, after Donald Trump's U-turn on the Epstein files, thousands of documents relating to criminal investigations into the deceased pedophile Jeffrey Epstein are due for release. An official says hundreds of thousands should be shared shortly, but not yet. All of them. Follow the latest. Right. So the U.S. Justice Department has released thousands of the Epstein file. Yeah. This is something they've been promising for a long time. And they just happened to do it on the Friday the 19th of December. They said, we're going to do it on Friday the 19th of December. You want to wonder, well, is the fact that it's 3i Atlas Perigee related? I don't know. There are 300,000 pages in this drop, but no mention of Trump yet. They shed light on the Epstein's extensive network, says the government. What can we expect? How do we get here? Right. Well, as you may be aware, there have already been drops of Epstein files. I've covered it on Hapanmo Voice and the Third Rail Radio. Again, they were not that enlightening, to be honest. They didn't tell us anything we already know, and they held back. There's a lot held back. So this bill said all files relating to Epstein, including investigations, prosecutions, and custodial matters, must be released according to this Congress bill. All files relating to Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, that's interesting because it may explain why she got this kind of sweetheart deal. Flight logs or travel records of any aircraft, vessel, or vehicle owned, operated, or used by Epstein or any related entity. Individuals named or referenced in connection with Epstein's criminal activities, civil settlements, immunity, or plea agreements to the investigations. Right, well, I hope they give us more last time, because all they literally gave us last time was like the passenger manifest, but it included people like Stephen Hawking and David Copperfield. And it turned out that those two, many others, were there for completely innocent reasons. So, for example, Hawking was there to do a lecture, because they just Epstein invited Hawking, obviously, who's one of the top people in the world, to do a physics lecture, and David Copperfield again was invited to perform. I mean, Epstein got all these high level people. Yeah, that's it. Any immunity deals and non-prosecutions agreements, right? Well, you could say there's probably Ghislaine Maxwell had a kind of one of those, didn't she? Any immunity, entities with known or alleged ties to Epstein's trafficking or financial networks. Internal Department of Justice communications concerning decisions not to charge, investigate, or decline to investigate. All communications concerning the destruction, deletion, alteration, misplacement, or concealment of files. So this is a government saying, there's corruption in here. There's internal corruption that needs to be exposed. Documentation of Epstein's detention or death, including witness interviews and post-mortem reports. Right. Oh, well, we've already had some of that from Dr. Barden, haven't we? Do you remember Dr. Barden? He was the one who said the damage to the hyoid. Now, I didn't know what a hyoid was. I didn't know I had one, but everyone's got a hyoid. It's here. You may be able to feel it, actually. It's actually a bone. Oh, hello, 1923. Hello, ET, 2933. Hello. It's actually a bone, which is essential for basically, it's one of the things that allows us to speak. And his was broken. Now, the way the hyoid bone breaks is different whether if you are strangled by another person or if you die by strangulation or self-strangulation, in other words, hanging. There are two. The damage is different. The injury is different. And Dr. Barden's one of the top pathologists in the country, in the US. He did the US Navy Path Report on John F. Kennedy back in '63 at the beginning of his career. He also, in the '80s, he also did the Path Report on Nicole Simpson when her husband, O.J. Simpson, was accused of murdering her. And he's done several other high-profile cases. He did the PM on Epstein. Another blonde. Very bad news on a high news day. Well, maybe they were hoping there'd be an investigation. Maybe they were hoping there'd be an investigation. Another blonde says, Hawking also went to Zorro Ranch, which was Epstein's shooting and breeding farm. Oh my God. Maybe they wanted to breed him, so he could they could take his DNA or something or sperm, because he's so intelligent. They wanted to create some kind of super intelligent future being. I don't know. Someone's mentioned Disclosure Day. Yeah, we're going to go into that. But right now, it's a bit up in the air. We don't have any significant news, but all we know is this supposed to start. The first batch is supposed to be released today. Bearing in mind, it's actually still like 5 p.m. US Eastern Time right now, just gone 5 p.m. But the US Department of Justice is promised to release these all, but a top official said that it will take a couple of weeks. Now, this may not comply with the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which is why there's a rebel contingent in Congress who are threatening to sue. But they expect it to include the FBI case files, witness statements, financial records, and grand jury materials relating to Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein. So the release today would be Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche announcing several 100,000 documents, but not the entirety of the files yet. It's a staggered timeline. There are going to be initial batches over the next couple of weeks that allow for necessary redactions to protect victims' identities. Yeah, oh yeah, likely story. Not protect victims' identities, in my view. Perpetrators, suspects. And there's going to be legal scrutiny because they need to check them with the lawyers and things like that, the Supreme Court, etc. The files are likely to contain a massive amount of information related to the federal investigations, but they're not expected to contain a significant single definitive client list. So the little black book is not going to be in there. And as we know, thousands of pages have already been released. I've discussed them before. Flight logs, photos. And there's been several. There was Virginia Roberts Jeffries' lawsuit before she mysteriously shot herself in the back of the head 3 times or whatever happened to her and things like that. So, yeah, it's a bit... This is happening the very same day. Hachi says, I can't put my comments out on Hawking. I'll get into trouble. Oh, what? Well, what's this? So Ben is saying that Epstein wanted to brief Stephen Hawking Daleks. You never know. Maybe that's his plan to invade the Earth or take over the Earth. I don't know. Hello, David. How are you? Thank you for listening to the Hapanwo Show Christmas special the other night. That was really good of you. And DJP too. Always expect the unexpected. Davros. Maybe Stephen Hawking will be the new Davros. Did you see that bloody, what's his name? Oh, Russell T. Davis in the new Doctor Who. He's made Davros able-bodied because he says we can't have a wheelchair user as a bad guy because it's discriminatory and absurd. It is problematic and it's offensive. We have to have a white able-bodied man as the villain. And I thought, it's no wonder no one's watching Doctor Who anymore. Oh, thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome, David. Now, back to 3i Atlas. So the Epstein files, I'm afraid there's no big news on the Epstein files yet. And I know what the backslappers are going to say. The backslappers are going to, they're going to come out their little holes going, 3i Atlas is a psyop. It's a psyop, man. It's a psyop. It's a psyop. So that to hide the Epstein files, to distract people from the Epstein files. It's just to distract people. It's to confuse. It's disinformation, man. And only the backslappers we're the only ones clever enough to see it, man. Yes, that's what the backslappers are going to say, aren't they? But as usual, the backslappers are wrong. Yeah, the backslappers, they stoke their own ego. But at the end of the day, I don't think they're interested in truth or what's real or not. They just want they'll take any position that makes them look superior so they can lord it over other people. That's what backslapping is all about. All right, and here we go. Hachi says, has Davros changed his colour from green? Yeah, he's essentially human now. I mean, they've made him kind of human. It's ridiculous. I saw some. I've not actually watched the series. I boycotted it, but I've seen some clips of the new Davros. It's ridiculous. He can walk. He's able-bodied. Because Russell T. Davis doesn't like the idea of a disabled villain. Oh my God, that guy is a vandal. He's a Russell T. Davis is a cultural vandal. Anyway, so there's what's more on 3i Atlas. I'll go into some more details on 3i Atlas lately. But as I've said before, it's not heading for the Earth again. Arch Channel. Oh, Arch Channel gets straight to the point. You get straight down to it, don't you, Arch Channel? You don't waste any time. No small talk and foreplay for you. You go straight in there unlubed, don't you? Is 3i Atlas a comet or a spaceship? Well, the answer is it's not a comet. It has comet-like features, but it's not a comet. Not a comet. Whether it's natural or not is the question. I mean, we're going to discuss Avi Loeb's latest in a minute. But yeah, where was I? Yeah. The question is, right, the thing is, I did a special live stream when it changed course. If you remember when it changed course, I did a special live stream, which is actually called 3i Atlas Changes Course. And I do recommend you go and watch that, because it is very, very, it's very important. It's a very, very important live stream. I did 3i Atlas Acceleration as well, which is essentially, it's changes in velocity, changes in direction. Is it Superman? Oh, right. Well, I don't think so. I mean, there may be there may be something in the Marvel universe that would fit, but not Superman. I don't think. It's the anti Superman from Krypton, not from Krypton. Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, it's the question is, people see it did change course. Now, it's obvious it's not heading towards the Earth. Now, some of you may feel disappointed about that. Some of you may feel relieved. And some of you, and maybe one way to look at it is it's insulting. Well, the reason I think it might be insulting on the part of whoever built or was navigating this thing is because it did change course. As you know, I've done an entire live stream about it changing course. But it's been calculated exactly where what the purpose of the course change probably is. The answer, right, because it was a very small course change. As you remember, it was only a tiny little bit. It's only a tiny little bit of acceleration, tiny little shift in trajectory. But it's designed. It did it at perihelion, and it's aiming now precisely at the Hill radius of Jupiter. So that means. Get used to it, guys. I can either quit. If you don't want me to do this, I'll have to quit the live stream. It means it's heading for what's called the Lagrange point. The Hill radius includes several Lagrange points. Now, a Lagrange point is a spot in space where the gravitational field of two objects, two bodies, is cancelled out to create a kind of neutral zone of weightlessness. And Hearts Channel Lemsip. Yeah. Another blonde just said here, Jill Gerard, Buck Rogers actor, has died. Yeah. I used to love that when I was a kid. That was I was crazy. It was crazy. Is Tweaky going to the funeral? Oh, Tweaky was the robot, this really annoying robot who had a kind of phallic symbol on his head. His head was basically shaped like a knob. And he kept going, blah, 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 oh, and he had a stupid voice. And he carried around this thing, this like drum-shaped object with a face on, and that was a computer, and it had no arms or legs. It just was this sort of drum-shaped computer, and Tweaky's job was to carry it around on a pendant around his neck. And it was very intelligent and could speak properly. It was called Dr. Theopolis or something. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Tweaky. We should have a look at. Shall I show you Tweaky? Oh God, he was so annoying. Tweaky. There we go. This takes me back, man. This takes me back. There we go. There's Tweaky. And that's Dr. Theopolis, the thing he's carrying around his neck there. That's this super intelligent computer. Well, this robot was the stupidest thing imaginable. Yeah. And this is the guy who played him. Look, there he is. There's the actor in the costume. And there's a golden Tweaky. I remember the golden Tweaky. Doesn't he just look like something that Uhura would have in her nightstand? All right. Anyway, I've lost my train of thought. You people keep distracting me. That's all right. I don't mind. I like this is a live stream for a reason, so I can talk to you guys and you can talk to me. So I don't mind. I'm just joking. But there's Yeah, it's heading for the hill. It's heading. What it's doing is stop it. He's a literal knobhead. Yes, he is, isn't he? Yeah, it's heading for 3i Atlas is actually missing the Earth. In fact, as I've said before, if it wanted to avoid the Earth completely, it couldn't have chosen a better trajectory to stay as far away from the Earth as possible. Its trajectory that it's chosen, if that's the word, are literally. It's literally it's because its CPA is like 1.8 astronomical units. That's the perigee. It's literally as far away from the Earth as it's possible to get on this particular course. And if it had timed it anywhere at any other time, it would have been further. It would have actually been closer at any other time. So it's about as far away as it's possible to get. Is that deliberate? So, but it's not. So it looks like it's heading for Jupiter. Right now, it's on exactly the course it should be. If it wanted to enter Jovian orbit or perhaps drop off something in Jovian orbit at the Lagrange point, which is the best. It's the best place to be if you're near a planet. Is the Lagrange point where you're not where you sort of like balance between the two gravitational fields of the sun and the planet. And so it's heading, and the thing is, it didn't enter the solar system on that course. It changed course when it was closer to the sun, when it was supposedly out of sight of the Earth. When I think they've underestimated us, they thought we wouldn't spot it. When it was out of sight of the Earth, it changed course in order to head directly for Jupiter's Hill radius. So we've got to realize, even if 3i Atlas goes away, even if it just carries on out into space, and all the skeptics and backslappers will be like congratulating themselves and saying, yeah, that's it. And that one, we were right all along, and these woo-woos were wrong. Well, maybe you should have a better look, because the reason is, maybe you should take another look, because it may have left something behind. Now, by the time 3i Atlas actually reaches Jupiter, it's going to be very hard to see, because it was only just around the time when it was in Jovian orbit last time when we actually spotted it. And by the time when it gets to Jovian orbit again, or the vicinity of Jupiter again, it's going to be very small, very dim, a long way off, and very hard to see. And if it does leave something behind, like it drops off a gadget, which may enter Jovian orbit and maybe spend some time in the Jupiter system for one reason or another, we may not see it, and it may be something that will affect us on Earth, but we won't know it for quite a long time. And as I believe, there's probably something already there from another civilization. Hello, 69 Fuka. How you doing? Another blonde says batteries not included. Yeah, that was a film, wasn't it? It was a film about a robot or something, wasn't it? Yeah. Welcome, 69 Fuka. Yeah. Now, Uri Geller's been talking about bloody 3i Atlas. What's he been saying? He's been talking utter crap about it. Like, he talks about... He does talk a lot of bollocks, Uri Geller. He really does. Where is it? I can't show you my Facebook page because for some reason Facebook keeps sending me ads to rather inappropriate material for YouTube that keep popping up on Facebook. I don't know why that happens. I swear I have not been looking for these things. Yeah. I can't find it now, but it's all crap anyway. Geller just keeps saying, "Oh, the aliens! I have remote viewed the aliens, and they are coming here. And oh yes, they want to wish me a happy birthday because apparently it is Uri Geller's birthday. All right, DJ B2. I think another blonde is referring to Tweaky's knobbit. Maybe. Oh, maybe I don't. He seems to never run out of energy. He's always quite happy to sort of like bounce around the place and going beady beady beady. I talk in a stupid voice like that, and I talk bollocks. So I'm not a very intelligent robot. So presumably, yeah, the batteries don't run out then. So yeah, right. All right, Ben. I think them. Where is it? I think them outer space boys are already here. Yes, the thing is, they are already here. They've been here for ages anyway. This is why I'm not scared of 3i Atlas. I mean, they're here already. They're on the Earth with us. They've landed. They fly their craft through our skies every night. So, what difference does one more UFO make? Our Arts channel says here, Uri Geller and Avi Loeb, both Mossad. Oh, Arts channel is he's channeling his inner backslapper right now. Right. Thing is, Arts. I think we've discussed this before. There is distinct evidence to suggest that Uri Geller has connections to Israeli intelligence. In fact, it's not even a secret. I mean, he now talks about it quite openly. Indeed, the evidence came to light long before he was talking about it openly. Avi Loeb, I mean, there's no evidence Avi Loeb, the difference, I mean, there's a huge difference between Uri Geller and Avi Loeb. Honestly, Uri sits there blabbering nonsense about 3i Atlas, where his fellow Israeli is the one-stop shop for everything you need to know on a serious intellectual scientific level about 3i Atlas. I mean, his name is synonymous with 3i Atlasology, whereas Geller is synonymous with 3i Atlas bullshit. Avi Loeb's not with Mossad, I don't think. I mean, there's no evidence to suggest he's with Mossad. I mean, there's no reason, I don't think. Of course, if you're a backslapper, you'll believe that everyone's with Mossad. I mean, you're either with Mossad as an agent, or you're being used as a naive dupe of Mossad. It's always the way. Uri Geller and the Spoonbenders. Is that a band? Oh, someone said. I was listening to Ian Jury and the Blockheads. Oh, right. That's going back a few years, but yeah, I remember them. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me with your... I remember that, man. What's this? Oh, DJ. No, 69 Phuket. I've been suspended off work on full pay, but I drink too much now. Oh, damn. I hope it's nothing serious. I mean, that happened to me, didn't it? And I ended up being kicked out. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Oh, bloody hell. Now, what else is there? Let's have a look. So, basically, something could happen. I think as I said, the Perigee thing is not a big deal. I'm doing a video about it because it's a good opportunity to catch up on all the anomalies and also the other strange things that are going on today. But also, another reason is that, the big day, the real big time, the important moment, I think, is going to be Perigee, which is I'm afraid we've got to wait till March for that. But if it does something, then we may not even know because we won't see it. It may be too far away to see properly. So if it enters Jupiter's orbit, it may be very difficult to spot, especially if it does something that makes it dimmer. Like it stops radiating light. Or if it just simply drops something off that's far too small to see and buggers off. Now, we could find out if that damn, what's it called again? Hang on. What's it called? Juno, right. The Juno probe. Timeline. Let's go, because, right. Apparently it's still active here. It says here, right. September the 14th, 2025. This is interesting. End of second mission extension IO flyby. Right. Start of continuing operations past the second mission extension. Right. So what's happening now is that the mission is what they've decided to do with Juno now is to continue doing its kind of. It's what it's always been doing. Now, there was a plan to adapt the Juno spacecraft in the same way they adapted the Mars probes to observe 3i Atlas. To do this, it would have had to fire the last of its rocket fuel, which has almost run out, to intercept it or get as close to 3i Atlas as possible at Perigee or when it crosses Jupiter's orbit, which it could do. It could get to, I think, within 150,000 miles, which is pretty close. It's actually very close. All right, well, bloody hell, look, Juno probe. The Juno probe, can you buy one at Ann Summers? No, just Tweaky, I'm afraid. Another blonde says, has 3i Atlas had any effect on Oumuamua? We don't know, unfortunately, Tina, because another blonde, because we can't actually see. We can't actually see Oumuamua anymore. It's too far away. It's gone beyond the capabilities of any telescope. Arch Channel says, huge black swan event in the early hours. Well, it wasn't this morning. Do you mean tomorrow morning? 3i Atlas is a huge interstellar spoon, says Arch Channel. What, a teaspoon or a tablespoon? All right, so unfortunately, that's using Juno to investigate that has now been ruled out. So Juno will not be used to investigate, as far as you know, anything strange that happens unfortunately with 3i Atlas. Because now it has other things to do. I mean, the original plan was to deorbit it and to crash it into the planet so it wouldn't infect the moons with its radioactive power plant. It was actually previously shut down April the 4th. It was shut down due to radiation damage, right? And the Juno cam was undergoing repair through annealing after suffering radiation damage. And it's currently due to continuous mission at least till June the 23rd, 2028. So let me just Google 3i Atlas Juno. What happens here? Okay, NASA. I'll use the AI here. A number of scientists proposed using NASA's Juno spacecraft that was already operating on Jupiter. Yeah, and you know that indeed Anna Paulina Luna was actually talking about that. The proposed interception is to use the remaining fuel on Juno to alter its orbit around Jupiter and intercept the trajectory of 3i Atlas, which will provide a rare opportunity to study the interstellar object up close. The closest point is 53.6 million kilometers, 0.35 AU from Jupiter. So it's much closer to Jupiter than it is to Earth. The plan is to require a significant thruster maneuver, a total delta V of about 2.6 kilometers per second in late 2025 to shift Juno's orbit. I think it's too late now. It was supposed to happen, I think, in October or November. Calculations suggest that a required thrust is possible that could bring the probe within 25 million kilometers of the object. So it's a bit, not as far, I said 150,000, but 25 million. That's still close. As of late 2025, no definitive plan has been officially adopted by NASA to execute the maneuver. I think it's too late now because it won't get there in time. I think it's too late because I won't have time to get there. Hachi says, "Oh, I'm expecting something to happen on a black swan over Christmas. Over Christmas. Oh dear. Runcible spoon. All right," says another blonde. That's what it is. All right. So what else has happened? Someone's already mentioned it. I knew someone would mention it first. But something else weird has been happening, and that is that it concerned a certain movie trailer. Now, when I first heard about this, this of course refers to Steven Spielberg's new movie, The Unnamed One, which everyone was thinking, well, what is going to happen with this? Now, the rumor was that it was the actual, what's the word? The actual launch of the trailer would be during the premiere and release of the film Avatar: Fire and Ash, which has just been released today. And they said, well, the trailers, when the trailers were put onto the reels of the movie, one of them would be the first ever teaser trailer for Spielberg's new film, roughly 6 months before it's released. Now, this is following 6 months the day before its release. This poster appeared in New York City in Times Square. Here we go. Excuse me. I'll just show you. You've probably seen this. I bet you've all seen this, but this appeared. It appeared in 2 places. This is the prime billboard in Times Square, New York City. This is like the biggest. This is like the biggest advertising spot in the city. And another one was in Los Angeles. I think this one here is Los Angeles. And it said all will be disclosed. And there's the day. 6th of the 12th. You think it says 6/12/26. That is the 6th of December 2026. But that's an American date format. It's the 12th of June, which is literally 6 months to the day when this happened, which was last Friday. And you can see, this is graffiti, I think, and they've just adapted. But that appeared there, you see. Now that appeared there. And you see here, this strange, it's a bird. Now, this is actually, it turns out this is actually a cardinal bird, which is very interesting. Funny, I got one of those Jackie Lawson e-cards. Have you ever had those? It's like little animated Christmas cards. And with the Christmas tree, it had on it the cardinal bird. And you see here a human eye that is upside down, superimposed, and then of course there's also these lines all around it. You see these lines, these radial lines in a ring around it. This is interesting. If you turn that upside down, you can see that it is a normal eye. Now, some people have claimed that this is kind of an alien's head. There's the shoulder there. Do you see? It's like a grey alien's head, and there's the head, and the other half is in shadow. Some people have claimed that. Don't know how well you can see that. Hugo, someone's asking about Hugo Rune. I'm afraid I've not heard from Hugo Rune for a long time. He's gone off I think he's gone off to find himself. He's doing a kind of hobo thing, and I wish him all the best. Art Channel said it's all-seeing eye. Well, it's actually funny enough, it was interesting. Ross Coulthart was saying that this is kind of a it's kind of like if you invert something, it's kind of in occult, it's kind of a reversal. So an upside down eye is kind of like a negative version of the eye. Hugo, what's it say? Hugo Rune says his love. Well, he's quite happy to be here. Another blonde, inverted cardinal. It's interesting, cardinal, yeah, because it's the name of the bird. It's called that because it's red, like what a cardinal's habit. And of course, there's a link to the Vatican with disclosure, isn't there? There's this idea that the Pope might do a disclosure moment, and indeed, there's a distinct. When I show you the trailer in a minute, you'll see there's a distinct religious, specifically Catholic, Roman Catholic kind of attitude here, element to this, definitely. And there's more of these posters. Have appeared. So these posters here. Now these are them. There's pictures of the characters. Again, this is the eye superimposed over the bird. The trailer for the spiel. But now the trailer will come into this because it's actually called Disclosure Day. It has actually been revealed what the name is. Now, if you look closely at this eye here on this character, right, you can't actually see it here. Okay, but there's another one here. If you look at their eyes, the radial lines you see in the poster, these radial lines in a circle are in the eyes of the character. And there's been a huge amount of speculation over exactly what this means. And this whole trailer, this trailer has been animated. It has been investigated and dissected more than any other movie trailer I've ever heard of. I mean, I've watched it over and over again. I've watched it like a dozen times. I'll show it to you in a minute, and we'll go through it. Hachi says, Santa Claus has to be propelled by anti-gravity technologies and a shapeshifter able to get down different sized chimneys. Well, there you are, see? Santa Claus is Illuminati. Anyway, yeah, that's what happened. And so everyone was thinking, like, when's the trailer going to turn up? Because and I was actually thinking, I was saying to myself, I'm going to go on Friday, and I'm going to that is today. I was going to go today and go to the cinema to see the trailer. And now I probably wouldn't stay for the whole film because I'm not a big Avatar fan. The first one was all right. I've watched a bit of the second one. I've not watched all of it, but I'm not that keen on the franchise. The first one, like I say, I give it 5 out of 10. Not bad. But what's interesting is that I would have gone there just to see the trailer, and because I didn't want to see the feature, and I'd have just left. Like the Star Wars fans did in the 90s when the prequels came out. They were so looking forward to it. They used to go to the cinema just to watch the trailer, wearing Star Wars costumes. Yeah, and of course the fans weren't happy with the prequels. And the thing is, I know for a fact that we're going to be disappointed with this film. We all are, and you know why? Because we have such high expectations of it. I mean, the number of people, the things people have said about this movie, is incredible. I mean, so we're all going to go in there with sky high expectations, which inevitably won't be fulfilled. So we will be, whatever happens, whatever this film's like, we're going to be disappointed with it. It's very unlikely that it's going to fulfill all our expectations. So when I do go and see it, I'm going to try and see it with an open mind and try and remove all the cultural baggage from it when I go and see it. And yes, I will be doing a review. I'll be doing a full breakdown on Hapanmo TV. Oh God, 6 months! 6 months! Oh God, I've got to wait 6 months. I can't, man. I feel like I want to go to Universal Studios and break in and nick one of the reels. Oh bloody! By the way, that's before anyone calls like the FBI on me. That's a joke. It's a joke. You have to explain these things, don't you? I know. Jokes are funny when you don't have to explain things. But if you don't explain the joke now, you'll be swatted and they'll drag you away to a cell. It's a joke. Please don't go breaking into any studios and nicking reels. Okay. Another one says, I watched The Terminator yesterday. The war that devastates the Earth is caused by AI out of control. Yeah. The first and second films were really good, actually. After that, it just went down the bloody toilet. I mean, the third one was reasonable, but all the ones that have come after that are absolutely abysmal. Okay, so that's the backdrop. I mean, so I was literally gonna go and watch this movie just to see the bloody trailer. But then a few days earlier, I think it was like Tuesday, the trailer actually dropped online. It dropped on full general release. I'm going to show you the trailer now. We'll analyze it in detail. So this is interesting because the trailer was the rumor was the trailer was going to be released on the 19th of December. Again, the 19th of December. And again, the backslappers are going to say it's because of all the UFO believers who ignore Jeffrey Epstein, man. Yeah. Like, the thing is, though, we UFO believers don't ignore Jeffrey Epstein. All right. DJ, most politicians in the UK go to public school where the sense is buggered out of them. Oops, sorry. Wrong chat, lol. No, don't worry about it. This is not the wrong chat for things like that. And you know what? It's probably true. They all go to Eton and they go to Harrow and places like that, where they get their asses beaten with sticks, and then they have to like do favors for the older boys. And we all know what that means, don't we? We all know what that means. Yes. Excuse me. Right. So then it dropped, and this is when we first found out the title of the movie, because it was, as I said, this is a film that's been made backwards. As I said to Steve Bassett the other day, the film has been made backwards. Normally, when a movie is made, you don't hear much about it during pre-production and production. It's just kind of like it's not discussed at all, and the studio do not release any little or no information about it. It might be mentioned in an interview or in the gossip columns and things like that, or in the movie industry journals. It might just be mentioned. Oh, by the way, Dennis Villeneuve. It's like Dennis Villeneuve. We know Dennis Villeneuve is making the first ever movie adaptation of Rendezvous with Rama. But how much do we know about it? Not much. It's still in pre-production. So they're not. That's all they're saying. Now, this was the other way around. Spielberg, he made this film backwards because he actually and what happens normally is that the publicity for the film. You wouldn't even get any publicity till a few months before the film is due to be released. So around about now. Spielberg began by stating, last year, oh, by the way, I'm making a UFO movie, and its release date is going to be June 2026. How do you know? How can you be so sure? Oh, well, I've just started it all off, and we're in pre-production. We just begun pre-production now. 69 Fugit. The best Spielberg film was Duel. That was his first, 1971, and it was bloody good. Yes, it was bloody good. You've not seen that? Please do. Oh, Arch Channel says, what about the alien voice in this film? Yeah, we'll come to that. Some people are saying it's a real alien voice. Yeah, some people even claim to know what it means. They've decoded it. Well, we'll come on to that. But then suddenly what happened was that then everyone wanted to know more. And he said, well, we're not telling you what the film's called. We got a working title, which is The Dish. And then later on, they changed the working title to Disclosure. I think maybe they wanted to call it The Day of Disclosure, but then that sounds a bit too much like The Age of Disclosure. So Dan Farrar probably told Stephen not to do it because Dan and Steve, obviously, they're colleagues and friends. And what's interesting is that the moment Steven Spielberg said he was doing a new UFO movie, I said, "Now come on, man, that can't be true." And the reason is, where is it? I can't find it now. All right, somewhere on my pile here is a 20th anniversary special edition DVD, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's somewhere in here. I don't know. I've got so many I can't find them. I can't find them now. But there's a 20th anniversary special edition in of DVD for this. And in this, because it's like a special edition, it has loads of mini features and things like that. It's a 2-disc version, lots of documentaries and things like that, and other goodies on the other disc. Plus, you have a chance of you have 2 different versions of the movie because there's several different versions of the movie. The Dish. Oh yeah, there is a film called The Dish. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Another Blonde. Yes. Archsal says, "Did you write the script, Ben?" Well, yes, I did. In fact, I'm wondering, could it possibly be? I mean, no one's contacted me, but could it possibly be similar to this? My book, Roswell Rising, a novel of disclosure, available all good bookshops now, price £10. Thank you to the 2 people who bought copies at the Basis Project, signed copies. Thank you to Devises Books, which is one of the few bookshops in the world that actually stocks my book regularly. So that's why it's the best bookshop in the world. Devises Books, go there, mate. Excuse me. So, but in this, there's an interview with Spielberg recorded in 1997 for the 20th anniversary of Close Encounters, and he says distinctly, I could not make Close Encounters today, and the reason is I've changed. I've got older, and my attitudes have changed, and I'm no longer interested in UFOs. He said that specifically. And indeed, he hasn't made another movie about UFOs. I mean, I don't think you can include War of the Worlds as a UFO movie. It's an alien invasion film, not a UFO movie. And then, so obviously, something has rekindled his interest. Something has distinctly rekindled his interests. You've got to ask yourself why. I mean, because it's strange, you know. He I can't, because this film is really interesting. It's really, because what he's done with this film is he's actually. I think this is going to have a very typical Spielberg feel to it. I mean, some people have said, "Oh, it looks like an M. Night Shyamalan movie." Well, trailers can be deceptive. To me, I think it's going to have a very typical Spielberg feel. And the reason is because he's got back his old team. I mean, the people making this are pretty much the people he's always worked with when it comes to his production. So, for example, basically the screenwriter is David Cope, who's co-authored co-written several other scripts, including Jurassic Park, a couple of others. So he's actually, David Cope and Spielberg work together very regularly. Also, John Williams has been brought in to compose the original score. Yeah, and this is his 30th collaboration with Spielberg. John Williams he's been scoring movies for Spielberg since 1974. The first film they made together was the Sugarland Express. And you know, we all know the classic UFO riffs, don't we, from Close Encounters of E.T., you know, la 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 la, and da la 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 la. That all Williams' work. So I suspect that, and now he's got an original score for this movie as well, which he's composed. So I think it's going to be very, very Spielberg-esque, typically Spielberg-esque. So I don't think it's going to be. I don't personally believe this is going to be. I don't personally think this is going to be like Shyamalan or something like that. Take It, yes. That's good. That's a good series. That's a TV series. Very good TV series. 69 Fukia. I enjoyed your trip video the other day, Ben. Thanks, mate. Thanks. I've made two, actually. Lapis and Bases. Yeah. Oh, he's a very good composer. Yeah. Very good. I'm curious to see what it's going to be like. I mean, obviously, I'm curious. That's not the bloody word for it. I'll tell you. We got to wait 6 damn months for this. Oh man, I'll be first in the queue for the first ever showing. I'll tell you, I really will. And DJ says Williams knows how to manipulate the feelings of the viewers. Yeah, a good movie score does that. It's a kind of like Sonne Lumiere experience. I mean, some films don't have a score. I mean, Birds, most famously. I mentioned The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock's film. It's no music at all in it, apart from like the singing, which is not part of the singing is not part of the score. It's just what the little kids singing in the school. Another Blonde says, "I'll come and watch it with you." Oh, thanks, Another Blonde. Yes, let's go and see it in Newbury. Let's go to the Newbury cinema and watch it. Yeah. Oh my God, I'll tell you all about it when I've seen it. But I'll tell you. Let's watch the trailer now. Because of this stupid shadow banning and weird kind of focus spotlight I'm under, I'm going to have to be very careful not to get a copyright strike here. So I'm going to do that first of all. So we won't watch it up close. I'll just watch it like that. And this here is the IMDb page, which we'll go through. And I'll just actually maybe better just to do it on. I think it might actually be better just to do it. Here we go. I've downloaded it. So where is it? I'll just use Windows Media Player. That's probably the best way to do it. Oops. Here we go. Okay, so I'll go to full screen like that. And we'll stop it at certain times, okay, guys, and we'll watch it. I mean, you've probably seen this. I'll stop it every so often and do some analysis. Okay, here we go. That's Josh O'Connor playing one of the characters. Now, this house might look a bit familiar. Does it look familiar to you? I'll show you. I'll show you what it looks like. And you'll see it in other scenes, actually. Does this look familiar? Here we go. I can show you this on full screen. There you go. It's the same house, and you'll see actually more of them. Now, it's not actually. I don't think it's a real. Is it a real house? No, it is a real house. Right? It's not a real. It turns out this was actually a real house, and here it is now. That's what it looks like today. Now, it's not the same house, and I know that because you'll see it getting smashed up. So it's a studio. It's a set, but it's exactly the same house. And the inside bit, which you can see now, if you watch Close Encounters, you'll recognize, and indeed this will come clearer, of course, when you watch the actual movie. It'll become a lot clearer that this is actually it's actually the same house. That's Josh O'Connor is the actor there, and he's and you can see him looking very scared in this house. It's a little bit derelict. It looks like broken windows. It hasn't been painted. There's a step ladder there, what looks like as if it's been there's builders in. Let's see.
If you found out we weren't alone.
Right, yeah. The deer. Now, this is interesting. You see, several times you see animals acting strangely. Now, I'll read you the quote, all right, because I'm going to be stopping it every various times. So the quote is, yeah, if you found out, where is it? If you found out we weren't alone, if somebody showed you, proved it to you, would that frighten you? That's a classic line from the whole disclosure thing, from the whole disclosure issue. But where have we seen this strange, deers gathering round, staring at you? Where have we seen that before? Where have we seen that before? I'll show you. Indeed, if you're a regular viewer, you'll know this. Leave the World Behind. Of course, you can't see it now. Leave the World Behind. We've seen it in Leave the World Behind. Here we go. Leave the World Behind. Oh, deer. You see animals acting strangely, including deer. Here we are. See, this is this really creepy scene with the deer. We've seen that before, haven't we? And I did an entire review of that film. I've got mixed feelings about it. In some ways it's good, in some ways it's not so good.
If someone showed you.
We have the crucifix. That's interesting because I do get the feeling this is going to have some kind of religious theme. For more reasons, there's more reasons to think that. You see someone clutching a hand.
Proved it to you.
Now this, I've got a feeling this young girl. I've got a feeling this is the main character you're going to see again in a minute as a child. I think that's her as a child. And are you going to find out that this is actually her, the same character as a child? And actually, look, it's a cardinal bird.
Would that frighten you?
That's Emily Blunt as her character. And now we're in a TV studio. She's playing what seems to be the main character. Now, what she does next is extraordinary. This is one of the creepiest things I've ever seen.
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today. Let's. Today is. Today's.
Isn't that creepy? That's really. Let's go back and watch that bit again.
Today's.
That's really weird, isn't it? Look, this is so she's basically a weather forecaster, TV weather forecaster, and she's just reading out the weather, and she becomes possessed. And you can see her struggling. She starts stuttering, and then you can see she seems to be struggling against it, but something is like taking her over.
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today.
See, she's like. You can see her
let's-
struggling, like she doesn't feel right.
Is
They look very scared in the gallery. Look at everyone watching TV as well.
today's.
Oh, they look scared. See, everyone. This is an old-fashioned. That there isn't like an off-grid phone because you see it has like an aerial. It looks old-fashioned, but it's actually just it's a non-smart sort of off-grid phone that there connects to satellites. Oh God, look how scared they all look. Oh my God, what's she doing? Isn't it? Look, do you notice how these looks? She's praying the rosary. You can see her. Look at her flicking the beads. She's saying the Hail Marys. Doesn't that clicking sound? That sounds to me that sort of noise she's making. It reminds me of the aliens in the Signs. That was an M. Night Shyamalan film. It was an M. Night Shyamalan film where there's aliens and they make that kind of clicking noise. And maybe is this? Some people are claiming those are real alien noises that Spielberg has inserted. There's several claims that there's like reality in this.
People have a right to know the truth. It belongs to 7 billion people.
That's interesting. People have a right to know the truth. It belongs to 7 billion people. That's Josh O'Connor as a character. A lot of people have pointed out, well, actually, there are 8 billion people in the world, roughly. So what happened to the other billion? And obviously, we don't know, but there's some speculation that what they're saying is the other billion are aliens. They're hybrids, or they're aliens in disguise, or shapeshifters, or something. Again, this actually comes up in my book. There's that issue.
What is it?
This is interesting. We now have a control room or laboratory of some kind. Colin Firth there. I couldn't identify him first. That's actually Colin Firth who's in the. And you have here. What do we have here? Something Korean rebels seize something a nuclear bomb. So that's like a news. And here you have pictures of people. on this screen here. There's these monitors everywhere. There's at least small monitors as well. There's more here. It's like it's some kind of information center, and there's these people, these kind of black suited people.
You wouldn't believe me if I told.
What's down here? These are just repeaters. I think there's pictures of faces, people.
Told you. So I'm gonna show you.
And she's now. These are cardinal birds again on this mobile.
What are you gonna do?
Now Colin Firth had some sort of experiment is being done on him here. And there's that control room behind them.
Full disclosure.
He's got this is the thing they put in your mouth to stop you biting clenching your teeth too hard. I didn't recognise this actor because you see the last film I watched with Colin Firth was Another Country, and this is a film he made when he was like a teenager in the 80s. And of course, so I didn't recognise him because I was used to seeing him as that character as just like a teenage boy. In Another Country is a film set in a public school, like boarding school thing, and it's a very good film actually. And he plays this obviously a teenage schoolboy. So when I saw this, I didn't recognise him.
Disclosure to the whole world.
Disclosure to the whole world. How about that?
All at once.
Yeah, all at once. Catastrophic disclosure. What happened to his eyes? Look. And this character as well. Look at her eyes. Her eyes like changed. Now this is amazing.
Wondering.
Now I know where they got that idea from. I know where they got the idea for that crop circle being made. It's if I can find it. Here we go. You can see I've been searching for it. Here we go. Where is it? Oh, where was it? There's Andy Thomas there. So, there's Mark Ollie. I know all these people because I'm such a woo woo. Now here we go. Oh, that's the orb close to a crop circle. Where is it? And so I'll find it on my history. Just one moment. Signs, yeah, that's it, Tina. Yeah, it seems to be similar. Some people are saying, "Oh, this looks like an M. Night Shyamalan film." So I know I've got the I've got the URL here, so I can find it. I can find it that way. It's called the John Whaley footage, taken in 1996. If it had come out today, I would say it was. If it appeared today, I would say it was fake, because you can fake anything now. But have a look at this.
From this height, Oliver's Castle, one of the most often debated.
That's Terry Toughness. But this was a film made. Made early one morning in 1996.
Observations was made early one morning in 1996. A young man who had spent the night here and had brought a video camera with him was woken during early dawn by a humming sound.
Here I'm standing at Oliver's Castle at precisely the same spot as John Whaley was standing in August 1996, when he supposedly, for the first time in history, managed to film the creation of a crop circle.
Yeah. You've probably seen this, it's very famous. It's the orbs and the crop circle appearing. Incredible.
From this height.
Now, you may be wondering, what do you think of that, Ben? I personally think that's real. And the reason I think it's real is because if it came out today, obviously it could easily be filmed. It could easily be faked, but it didn't. It came out in 1996, where that technology really was in its infancy, and it couldn't be done. Certainly in the circumstances that Whaley actually had it. Red Ibex says, "I've got Boudica's daughter for my aunt for Christmas, Ben. She's a feminist. She'll love it." I showed you the poster, didn't I? I showed you the poster. Oh, right, what's this? Another blonde. Rupert Sheldrake filmed the creation of a crop circle. He arranged a competition to show how it could be done. All right, does he not believe in them? Oh, dear. Anyway, let's get on with the trailer. That is what we're looking at here anyway. I'll go back and do it again.
What are you going to do?
You'll see it.
Explosion to the whole world. All at once.
Catastrophic. See, look, I think that this scene here is based on that particular film.
People keep wondering.
They keep clapping their hands like that.
Encountering me
No, this is weird. Look, I didn't spot this the first time. Keep a very close eye on her, that lady there.
Encountering the unknown.
Look, she turns into someone else. She turns into Emily Blunt's character. Look at this. They're coming! They're coming! Oh, here we go. Please.
They are stopped.
There's more pictures here, various things going on. You can look at these pictures here and see what's happening. You cannot see them very clearly because they're too small.
For the truth.
That is Carmen Domingo, his name is. They're starved for the truth, yeah. Now, see, this is the house. It's the same house. Or obviously not. It's not a real house because they wouldn't smash up a house. They wouldn't smash up somebody's actual house. So it's obviously a studio. It's obviously a piece of. It's a prop. Obviously, it's just a prop.
Do you think there could be
There's a bad guys in black and with their black cars. That's another common trope, isn't
others?
it? Now some people have compared that to Michelangelo's Adam, in the Sistine Chapel, the Hand of God. But it looks like there's like a child. These are children's hands, and there's lots of bright lights, like they're on a spaceship.
Why would he make?
All right, this is interesting. I know what she's going to... I'll read you the quote in a minute, what that lady says, because it's very interesting, but we'll just do this bit first. This is I think, the young main character.
Vast universe.
Let's see. A deer and the cardinal.
Yet save
Stephen Greenstreet says this looks like a Christmas scene.
it only for us.
Oh, let's play the nun's quote again.
Encountering the unknown.
Do you think there could be others? Why would he make such a vast universe? Yet save it only for us?
No, that's paraphrasing Carl Sagan. Because Carl Sagan actually said, he said something similar. He said, it seems an awful waste of space if it's just us. I won't be able to go through all of your comments. I'll go through as many of your comments as I can. Greet new people, things like that. Someone's mentioning Soylent Green sounds tasty. Oh my goodness me. If you've watched the film, yes, there's another blonde says exactly what Soylent Green is made of. We did our first ever watch party. I did with that. Yeah, she's stuttering like Max Headroom. Yeah, it's similar to that, isn't she? Yeah. Yes, some African tribe has a similar language. Right, it's not similar, but it has like phonetics. Now, Christina Gomez mentioned this. This is like the San and Khoi Bushmen, and they have like their phonetics include these kinds of weird clicking sounds, kind of thing. And a few languages have them. In fact, some of the like Zulu has borrowed some of these sounds as well. DJ says, it seems like a feminist film. I don't want to make you think it's a feminist thing. I don't know. But the aliens, the Enfield poltergeist. I think there's going to be a psionic element to this. So what you don't see anywhere in that particular trailer is any spaceships or aliens, unless the people with their eyes changing are aliens. So I think it's going to have like it is going to have some kind of what's called today psionic. Did you ever watch the show Dark Skies from the 90s? Yes, that's very good. That's very good. I know Bryce Zabel, the guy who wrote it. Where were we now? Looks like The Exorcist. 69 Phuket. I never want to watch this crap. Oh, Phuket. You're so sure it's going to be... A lot of people... It's got mixed... The trailer's had a mixed reception. Like there's people saying, "Oh, it's going to be rubbish. It's going to be just more. It's going to be a load of bloody Hollywood crap." Some people are saying, "Oh, it's going to be like Signs. It's like an M. Night Shyamalan film. Oh, it's like The Arrival or Arrival." Now trailers can be deceptive. Let's go back to my notes here. Let's have a look. Yeah, trailers can be deceptive. Do you remember the film If, Imaginary Friends? I did a watch party about it. Here we go. You remember this film? Do you remember? Did any of you watch it? Did any of you watch this? You may remember. Do you remember me? Do you remember me doing? Oh, no, I'm not going to Facebook. No, I'm not opening Facebook because I must be careful not to open Facebook. Because if you watch the trailer, it seems to be some kind of madcap comedy. That's what it looks like to me. Some kind of madcap, some kind of like jokey kind of thing. That's what it looks like. But as you know, if you watch my roving review of it, it is actually a deeply emotional and sentimental family drama. Except yeah, that's it. Imaginary Friends. I've done an entire roving review of it. If you back, I think it was last year sometime. Our channel, are aliens really spirits? Well, maybe some of them are. Not all of them, but some of them might be. So trailers can be misleading. They can be deceptive. In fact, some trailers seem to be just specifically designed to make you think it's a different kind of movie to it is. A good example being the If thing. And also I must say, what's that film called? I can't remember what it's called, but it's got Will Smith in playing a grieving father. I went to see that as well in the cinema. And the film was very different. How it's actually you think it's going to have a supernatural element, which it doesn't have. So I think that's misleading. So this could be the same. Now, several people have claimed to have just decoded those strange noises when Emily Blunt's character breaks down into these, she like loses control of herself and starts just giving off these weird and unintelligible noises. Some people are claiming it's Morse code or like a sine wave. Christina Gomez has just done a video about this, and they believe they've decoded it. There's a lot of talk about symbolism of the cardinal bird. Well, the cardinal is a very common bird in North America. Bright red, like bird with little plumes on its head. I think it's it's a member of the Jay family. Dimensional crossings like Bigfoot. I think I've got a feeling it's may have that kind of element to it. And indeed, a lot of ufology has actually uncovered that specific issue. Yeah, some of it has. Yeah. DJ B2. I like Christina, however, she needs to lighten up a bit. She's Christina's one of the most optimistic and kind of like bright and cheerful people in this community. This is why the backslappers are always having a go at her. This is why you got that twat, what's his name? Jeremy Reese. Jeremy Reese is just like Andrew Johnson. He's a miserable, joyless backslapper. And he fits the backslapper cliche completely. He says, "Oh, she's naive. But the irony is that Christina herself is not scared to take on the backslapper. I mean, more humor. Oh, she seems to be quite funny, and and as you know, I mean, on the last live stream, I think on one of my videos I recently did. I can't remember which one it was. I actually she's got a brilliant new outro for her videos. It's absolutely fantastic. I always watch the videos to the end now. I always do. Every single time I watch them to the end. Here we go. Right, where are we now? Right. I'm just trying to think about what to do. But she just has these she talks about a lot of these issues I've spoken to her today. She's brought up. The outro is brilliant. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, I said this before, if I was her father, I'd be very proud of her. I'd be very, very proud of her. David says, I guessed the ending of If. I did a bit as well, but I didn't quite. If was, as you know, if you watch the roving review, it's something I found very moving, which I hoped it would happen, and it did. That is, well, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it was a wonderful ending to If. Really, really good. Yeah, that's the one, DJ. Running. I think it's okay to show it because I've done it. I've shown this before. I've shown this before. Here we go. But her ending is really, really good. She mentions the
Foodies! New gourmet revelations, fine cuts and gelée is perfect for perfectionists. Presentation.
The trailer for Disclosure Day hit the internet just several days ago. Since then, the reactions have been so intense. People are the only known human.
This is a San Bushman from South Africa, and just listen to how he speaks.
Languages that use clicking tongue sounds belong to the San people of southern Africa. Genetic studies suggest the San diverged from other human lineages, possibly as far back as 100,000.
That's true. I mean, you can see quite clearly. Racially, he's very different to your average African, like the black person. He's called he's sort of browner. He's sort of like lighter skinned, and he has very, very different features because they are unique. They have a unique language.
1,000 years ago, and they are among the oldest surviving population on Earth. The sign.
Did you hear his language? How he speaks. This is kind of like that. Oh, actually, so Steven Spielberg wrote Poltergeist. All right, because all right, Poltergeist is a good film. It's directed by what's his name, Toby Tanner, or whatever. I think it's Toby Tanner. You got a cat, Ben? No, I don't. I used to have 5, if you remember from the videos. But I do. I babysit cats. In fact, I'm actually feeding somebody's cats this weekend. The little girl in Disclosure Day, like in Poltergeist. Yeah, it's similar. I mean, I know children often have experiences like that when they just in bed one night and they just kind of like see something really weird. Like in this case, it's a deer and a bird. But animals like that are often screen memories. Owls, especially are screen memories of alien encounters. Oh, we got a couple of newcomers. Michael Snow, good evening. And wow, Signal, am I late? Yeah, by an hour and a half. But don't worry, we're not finished yet. We're not finished yet. I think we'll be finished soon, but not yet. So you haven't missed everything. So some people have claimed they've decoded it. Now it's not because it's not any of the words from that language, but some people have said it's got Morse code, and they've been like decoding the Morse code. Or sine wave. Where does Christina talk about it? She talks about it somewhere here. Here we go. Well, let's get onto the sine wave thing. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Someone claims to have decoded it.
And then we get this clip. It's a series of rhythmic clicking sounds. Now, some people online think it's more.
We are not alone. Oh, it's. I don't know about that.
Code saying we're not alone. Some think.
I think that would be a bit tacky to put like some kind of Morse code into it. It's supposed to be alien. It's not supposed to be intelligible. This is another interpretation of the noises she makes.
It's a type of sine wave, and some think it has to do with mind control and the hive mind. In the trailer, the control room freezes. Viewers at home are staring at their screens, and a strange scene of
this idea that somehow that I didn't get it that way. I didn't interpret it that way, and the reason is because people are freezing and they're going like that because they're so shocked. They're so shocked. DJ B2. The code is, we're coming to eat you, and McDonald's is our first shop. To serve man. Yes, remember that Twilight Zone episode, To Serve Man, which of course is a double entendre. Sorry guys, I'm bloody cold. Do you mind if we don't go on too late tonight? Yeah, so it's the sine wave. It's another theory that they've decoded the actual message in it. But I think the people sitting like that, staring with shock at their televisions or their phones or whatever. They're simply shocked because she suddenly starts acting like that on live TV. That's what's scary. That's what's scaring them. And they don't freeze. We know that because we see the nuns looking, and the nuns are moving. One of them is like praying the Hail Mary for a rosary. So no, they're not frozen because of some mind control. They're frozen through shock. Indeed, if something like that happened when I was watching TV, I'd be scared. Let's go back to Christina.
A flip phone is also shown, which we'll get into a little bit later. But he old dish before it was changed.
All right, so now we covered that. Let's just watch Christina's outro because it's so good.
Disclosure, and then it was untitled until yet again.
Introduce and Save Your Way from
It's so good, it really is.
Let's do it. Time to work. We'll Save Your Way from
again. What do you think is going on here? Is this soft disclosure through Hollywood?
Let's answer another question. Is it the same? Because this is almost 40 years since Close Encounter, and some people have asked, is it going to be set in the same universe? So in other words, is it going to be like the aliens come back when they came before? Michael Snow. This is Christina Gomez, her name is. She's a very, very good YouTuber. Oh, yeah. DJ's just told you. And she's really, really good. Let's just watch her outro, because every time I watch her videos, I always watch them to the end now, because this is so good. This is really good. It's much better than her old outro.
Or is it Spielberg simply returning to his roots? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm Christina Gomez, and that's it for today. I will see you again next time for another UFO news update.
That's brilliant. That's from her old outro that she's just in the desert. That's very good.
Today's show.
That's very, very good. I really like that. That's fantastic, fantastic work there. All right, so where are we now? Where are we? Any more? Let's have a look at your comments that have gone by. I think I've covered them. I can't cover them all, I'm afraid. Oh, I was going to get into Avi Loeb. Yeah, I've got to do Avi Loeb, haven't I? Yeah. Yeah. Avi, now this behind me is a diagram, is an important diagram. Now I don't understand exactly what that means, but it's all explained. I haven't read all the blog articles. It's actually quite, I don't understand all of it, but I'll take you through the anomalies again that Avi has discovered, because this is the latest one. And indeed, a lot of people have talked about this. 3i Atlas maintains a sunward jet after its gravitational deflection by 16 degrees at perihelion. Yeah. The near alignment of the rotation axis of interstellar object 3i Atlas chain with directions at large distances could have been spoiled after perihelion. The rotation axis can remain fixed if no torque acts on 3i Atlas. However, the direction of motion of 3i Atlas was shifted by the following angle. And this is basically 16.4 degrees. Now, how did that happen? What force made that happen? I mean, if the Earth suddenly shifted, I mean, the Earth does naturally shift through the seasons. That's the fact that we have like a wobble, which causes the seasons to change. That's why we have the tropics and the Arctic Circle. But this has happened during one single maneuver near the sun. Now that's really weird. Okay, this is just one. This is the latest anomaly. And he goes, I've been through this before. The retrograde trajectory is aligned to within 5 degrees of the ecliptic plane. The arrival time of 3i Atlas was fine-tuned to bring it with close to Jupiter and Mars, and not near Earth, unobservable from Earth at perihelion. The forecasted Perigee distance is the Jupiter's Hill radius, so we've already been through that. And as he said here, the rare coincidence might mean that 3i Atlas intends to release the technological devices at Jupiter's Lagrange points. The analysis of the Hubble Space Telescope suggests the anti-tail must have been formed in a tightly collimated jet. This is what's really weird, because the anti-tail is like nothing we've ever seen before. The anti-tail is so long that basically it's about 300,000 miles. So it's the kind of distance it would take between the Earth, and it's bigger than the distance between the Earth to the Moon, which is just like almost unbelievable. The observed wobble pre-perihelion jet in the direction of the sun requires the base of the jet to be within 8 degrees of the sun-facing pole. The existence of a prominent jet towards the sun on the way of 3i Atlas out of the solar system requires a similar coincidence near the opposite pole of the rotation axis. The fact that a tightly collimated jet appears as a sunward anti-tail both before and after perihelion while reversing direction at perihelion relative to the direction of motion has a tiny probability, 0.00025%. 0.5%. The base launch of post-perihelion anti-tail jet resided on the night side of 3i Atlas before perihelion, and the base of the pre-perihelion anti-tail jet is now on the night side of 3i Atlas after perihelion. For these bases to be active only when facing the sun, they must be well insulated on the night side for a period longer than several months. However, heat would naturally flow by conduction through the body of any natural comet, making this insulation requirement difficult to satisfy. The gravitational deflection of 3i Atlas by 16 degrees at perihelion is exactly twice the opening angle of the anti-tail jet. This coincidence allows the wobbling jet around the rotation axis to generate an anti-tail in the direction of the sun before perihelion and a counter jet on the opposite pole after perihelion, with a jet opening angle of 8 degrees on both poles. And it mentions the wow signal, which I don't think much of that, as I've explained before. Sorry, wow signal in the chat. And it talks about here the nickel alloys, again, the pure nickel, no iron, the lack of water. We still don't know how big the nucleus is, and there's a lot of contradictory data to how big the nucleus is. I don't understand the negative polarization thing and the differences, the changes in brightness and color. And this is interesting. The International Asteroid Warning Network, YAWN, which means very much in Welsh, is conducting a planetary defense campaign to collect as much data on 3i Atlas between November the 27th and January the 27th, 2026. So it's going on right now. Why? Because it's not apparently a threat. It's actually moving away from the Earth. Irrespective of the true nature of 3i Atlas, my New Year's resolution is simple. Start on the early morning of December the 19th. I will keep looking up in the direction of 3i Atlas during my future daily jogs before sunrise. All right. Yeah. So that's Avi's. What else was new for Avi? A Europa Clipper observed 3i Atlas near perihelion. Yeah, and I bet they've lost the bloody... I bet they've lost the damn pictures, haven't they? This is funny. I won't read this out, but this is a debate he had with one of his students. It's quite amusing, that, because the student tries to say there was no prediction, so therefore we don't know much about it. And here's you can go through this. I mean, I'm not going to go through all these things, but we've kind of summarized the whole issue here. And here he mentions the fake. There's a lot of fake videos of Avi saying all kinds of crap. Oh, Priya, no need to apologise to me, says Wow Signal. Even if you stole my bike, I'd still forgive you. Oh, well, I would never. That's really, really bad. No one should be. No one should actually be. No one should steal your bike. Where are we now? Nothing. Wobble does not create the seasons. The axis remains at a fixed angle. The seasons, the angle, the way the Earth approaches the sun, basically the sun is in a different angle to each particular spot on the Earth at different times throughout the year. That's what produces the seasons. So, for example, it's winter now because we're getting less sunlight because the sun is at a lower angle in the sky. Oh, another blonde says, the curve behind you looks a bit like Silbury Hill. It doesn't have a flat top, unfortunately. Another blonde, but it would if it had one, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. All right, then. Is there anything else, guys? Because I'm getting tired. My cold is catching up with me. I've had a lovely time. It's been good for an hour and 3/4. But any more questions or comments? Because we'll leave it if not. I've got other videos planned. I think I'm going to have to do a reply to comments before Christmas. Now I'm doing a couple of live streams over Christmas. I'm not sure when. Certainly on Boxing Day, I'm doing one because it is the 45th anniversary of Rendlesham Forest. Night, another blonde. Thanks for joining us. Appreciated. I'm going to bed, Michael Stowe. Well, thanks. I know you came in late, but thanks for joining us. And you can always catch up on the recording. It'll still be here, so you can watch it again. But I'm going to do a reply to comments video and then live streams over Christmas. But anyway, thanks, Ben. I'll rewatch. Always great to catch a live. Yeah, it's good Wow Signal for you to be here, you know. Boxing Day would be good. It's boring then. Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do on Boxing Day. Sit around eating the leftovers of Christmas dinner and watching Gone with the Wind or on TV, isn't it? So, yeah, well, I love that film, by the way. I love that film. It's very politically incorrect. But I will do a live stream, probably in the evening. No nights, David. No nights. Or maybe afternoon. We should do an afternoon one for a change. Night, Phuket. Night, DJ B2. A graffiti video would be good. I'm not doing. I am collecting footage for a new one of those, like I always do. Night, all Phuket. Hugo's. I hope Hugo's okay. Hugo is okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. Night, Hatchie. You're welcome, Fetler John. Anytime. You're welcome, all of you. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. Now, so yeah, all I can do next, I'll play out with, of course, the usual. Bye, Michael Snow. Wish you all a wonderful lifetime. You too. And by the way, Merry Christmas, everyone. I will see you again before Christmas, but if I don't, have a lovely Christmas and a happy New Year, all of you. All right. So now I'm just going to play out with the theme song, if I can find it here. Here it is. And then we'll end the live stream. Wait for it. Yes, thanks all of you for watching Hapanmo TV. Hospital Porters, Pride and Dignity. Stop the New World Order.
Conspiracies, government cover-ups, Earth mysteries, monster cryptids, Cybe saucers and black triangle, Hapanmo. Black goo and Antarctica, lizard kings from the seventh star, men in black and Queen Boudica, Hapanmo. Black goo and Antarctica, Kepler's from the seventh star, men in black and Queen Boudica, Hapanmo. Welcome to the Hapanmo Show. when the bins went out. And so I spent so many nights thinking about the gray that might be there. But I grew strong, and now I really couldn't care. Save me from the aliens. Save me from the government. Save me from the men in black who call. Save me from the skeptics. Save me from the watchers. Justice must be done for Richard D. Hall. Save me from the liars. Open up your eyes and see their false flag planned attacks. Save me from the grifters. Save me from the spiteful mutant hacks. Make quiet acts of integrity. Always be your aim. Speak truth to power, always be the keeper of the flame.